let's now turn our attention to how do we actually test these projects that we're building across the universe of devices. We've been talking a lot this morning about how one of the complexities of the modern web is that we have to deal with all of these different screens and orientations and resolutions. And testing across these can be prohibitively difficult, especially you start to add more and more and more devices. You have to sit there and go through each one and use its controls to load up a page and test that page, see how it looks. And in most cases, you don't even have inspection and debugging information available to you. So it's a real pain in the butt. We think we've solved this problem with a project that we introduced to the world at South by Southwest earlier this year in March called Shadow. And Shadow has gone through what have now been a total of 4 previews. We've had 100,000 downloads of the Shadow project and received a ton of valuable feedback similar to the process that we went through with Animate. And I am proud to introduce to you this morning Adobe Edge Inspect. We've refined Shadow with all of your feedback, and it now consists of a set of lightweight tools that allow you to easily preview and inspect across a range of mobile devices. You can do this wirelessly, so you have total wireless control of these devices. You can remotely load up a page that you're working on from your development machine, your PC or your Mac, and all of those devices load that page. You can then make code changes, force a reload, they all reload simultaneously. And importantly, you have robust debugging and inspection capabilities, so you can see what's going on a particular individual device where you may want to make an adjustment. It's supported across iOS, Android, and Kindle, so you have support across the major popular mobile platforms. So Paul, I think you're now going to show us how you can actually test this project across the devices you have here on the table.
Yeah, and you can see I have quite a few, and I do want to test it out. I know it's responsive. It has my font in there. Everything's looking good, and I want to test it on these devices. So what I have set up is I actually just have a lightweight app on these various devices, so Android, iOS. It's already running. I also have this Chrome extension. So if we take a peek right in here.
Oh, there they are, yep.
Yeah, you can see I have the Nexus 7, iPad, iPhone, Galaxy S3, okay? This is cool. So I can see my content here. That's great.
So these are all 4 different screen sizes.
Yeah, 4 different screen sizes.
Yep.
And now if I wanted to see whatever content I want on here, it's merely a matter of changing it in my web browser on my desktop. And if you watch on the devices, you can see I've jumped to that other page. So I can start to see with this live connection what my content looks across these different screens. And I'd start to kind of scroll through, make sure everything's looking great, even scrolling down. On the iPhone, these are actually buttons, and they're kind of tight. I don't know if you can tell. They're too close together.
Yeah, your fingers aren't little enough.
Yeah, and I wouldn't know this until I tested on the device. So I'd want to start to debug this.
Yep.
Okay? And I love the fact that I can use Inspect to remotely inspect, say, the iPhone 5. So remote inspection, click there. It launches Winokur, which is just an open source remote inspection tool.
Wow, look at this. So it's going to now connect up directly over the wireless network.
Yeah, in fact, let's push these out of the way because I really want
to your iPhone.
Yeah, so let's get that right there, and we'll just kind of go down to where the problem is. And
you can see it highlighting, yeah.
Yeah, can you? That's really nice being able to navigate to the part that I have an issue with down to that button. In fact, let's just jump in there and increase, the padding if I want to. As I do that, you can see we have that live connection, and I can start to, manipulate this some more. I'll increase the font size, too.
So it's doing this in real time over the wireless network.
Yes, you got it, exactly. So as I start to change it, I can tweak it some more, but you can easily see that it made these buttons twice the size due to this live connection, and now I can select these items much easier.
Beautiful.
Great. I got more for you, though. I want to show you one more thing.
More still? All right.
Quite a bit. Yeah, so what I have here is I was able to debug this, and I feel like this is looking pretty good. And what you do is then you'd probably want to take a screenshot and send it to the client.
Sure.
Even for all of these devices, I'd want to do that.
Yep.
You can go to each device, take your screenshot, transfer it over, compile everything maybe into a PDF and send it to the client, or what you can do directly in this extension using Inspect It's just clicking right here.
Camera, there you
Request
go.
screenshots.
Now watch
them
the
flash.
devices. Look at them go.
So it
Look
took
at
those
that.
screenshots.
That's pretty cool. And then where did they go?
It transferred them directly to my desktop, and you can see them right here.
That is
See all of
amazing.
those. Opening them up, I can compile this
There
as
they
a
are. Look at
PDF
that.
and send it off. You can see my font, and everything's looking good in there. So.
Really cool.
All right. Cool.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Appreciate
Impressive. So I think it's pretty easy for you to see what a huge time saver that can be. It seemed like sort of a simple problem, but it's actually been a hard one to solve. And this makes it easy, delightful, and enjoyable so that you can get on with your work and not spend that tedious time clicking through things and having to manually capture those shots for your client. So Adobe Edge Inspect is available today. You can go get it, as you can with the other tools and services that we've been talking about. And go use it and make these projects easy for yourself to test.